Hey there, everybody. P. Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of taking a look at my collection. This will be, I think this is the seventh episode, but this is the second one where I'm actually taking a look at my movies, right? So about a week and a half ago, you got first half of my movies. Now we're going to get to the second half. So it's the second kind of column on the shelf. Here we're looking at lots of classic stuff and some non-horror and Hitchcock and giant reptiles and things like that. So let's get started. Why don't we move my way up to the top? So up here we have at the very top, we've got silent films and Italian horror. All right, so we'll move these down so we can get a better look at things. Let's go up one more rung on the ladder. Okay, so over here, silent classics, right? So you've got things you would expect to see, like Nosferatu, obviously, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, classic stuff here. Great Kino Lorber releases here. All right, the original Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with John Barrymore. Got The Lost World, classic Willis O'Brien stop motion photography there. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Right, this is a Flickr release. Got the Phantom of the Opera, the Golem, great Kino Lorber stuff here. Metropolis, these are all Kino releases. Faust. Right up above, you got a nice Criterion collection of Vampire. Got the Phantom Carriage and Haxan. These are all Criterion collections. These are really, really cool films. If you've never seen these, again, I know silent films are not for everybody, but I'm a fan. And this here is one of the coolest and weirdest films you'll ever see. Haxan. Awesome stuff. And then, of course, you got The Man Who Laughs. Another Flickr Alley release. Very cool silent film. Can you tell? Influenced the Joker, right? And then we've got Italian stuff. So here are all my Mario Bava films. So starting off with Planet of the Vampires, and then you've got things like Hercules and The Haunted World. This is loads of fun. And then all the Mario Bava horror and Giallo stuff. Kill Baby Kill, Tremendous, Whipping the Body, Lisa and the Devil, Hatchet for a Honeymoon. Okay, again, lots of Kino Lorber stuff here. Great Arrow video release for the classic Blood and Black Lace. Again, we're looking at some awesome Giallo stuff here. Evil Eye, the great Black Sabbath. Again, no, not the band. Starring Boris Karloff. Classic film. Black Friday, Bay of Blood. I mean, these are all Mario Bava classics. This highly influential film right here, which greatly influenced a lot of the slasher classics. Some latter period stuff. And then, of course, we move on to Dario Argento. So I've got all my Dario Argento films here. We have a collection here that has Cat o' Nine Tails, Deep Red, and Inferno. All classics. You got another great Arrow bird with crystal plumage. Classic early Giallo. You got Tenebrae, Phenomena. A lot of these have come out also on 4K. I haven't upgraded some of these to 4K because I just upgraded these from DVD to Blu-ray like 2 years ago, and I'm like, God, how many times can you keep buying these things over and over, right? But I did upgrade this one, Suspiria, which looks amazing on 4K. Got Opera, Sleepless, Four Flies on a Gray Velvet. That's an early one. And then you got some Lucio Fulci all around here, right? So we got Lizard in a Woman's Skin. This is a crazy early Giallo film from Mr. Fulci. Psychic Perversion Story. The New York Ripper. This is on 4K. This is a crazy, crazy movie. I have The Beyond, Zombie, of course. Anybody not familiar with this? Absolute classic here. All right, one of the great zombie films of all time. City of the Living Dead, which I do have on coming in on order on 4K, because this is probably my favorite full cheat. Had to get that on 4K. I got House by the Cemetery. That's also, I believe, on 4K. Don't Torture a Duckling. Great Arrow version of that. The Black Cat, Manhattan Baby, right? So lots of cool stuff there. What am I missing here? We also have Shock, another Mario Bava film, and a great action-adventure film from Bava, Danger Diabolique. Loads of fun there. And also we've got Demons 1 and 2 on 4K, and Argento's Trauma. All right, so lots of cool, all the mandatory Italian stuff. Then we move over to Giant Monsterville. Okay, so here, if you watch the Gamera episode we did on the Monsters Den, and a lot of the stuff you've probably seen on Monsters Den, but we've got the cool Gamera box sets, the old and the new films. All right, Gamera, of course, the giant flying turtle. Got classic Chris Allo stuff here. The Ape in 3D. Ray Harryhausen, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I love Harryhausen. As you can see, I got pretty much every Harryhausen film available. Here's a nice set which has all of these films. The Sinbad movies, Jason the Argonauts, so on and so forth. Got a double feature here which has First Men on the Moon, 20 Million Miles to Earth. Got Valley of Gwangi and Mysterious Island, Clash of the Titans. Right. Getting back to the Japanese stuff. So here we have, these are the Criterion Collection, Godzilla. All the original series of Godzilla, all the films are here. It comes in this really gigantic box set, right? All remastered and everything like that. But the box set is so clunky and cumbersome. So what I did was I was able to find on eBay a guy who did nice cases, Blu-ray cases specifically for those. So these look much better. They fit on the shelf, right? And they got all the films. Okay. For like less than $20, I was able to get, I think it was like $15. I was able to get these two cases with the artwork and everything. It's the same kind of artwork as on the big gigantic Criterion box that comes in. It's like, I can't even really call it a box. It's almost like an album type of thing. So now they fit on the shelf, which is cool. Then I got Frankenstein Conquers the World, Baron, War of the Gargantuas. These are kind of like bootleg Blu-rays. Rodan, Mothra. That's a and then we have some of the more, the later, well, still have a few. We have some more of the later Mothras. We got King Kong Escapes. Here you have the latter period Godzilla stuff. These are all great too as well. And a lot of these are like kind of 2-on-1 sets. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I love this stuff. What can I tell you? Godzilla versus Biollante. Daimajin, X from Outer Space. It's all wacky stuff. How about this? Any of you kids remember, or any of you guys remember the Voyage into Space? Giant robots from the 60s. Classic stuff there. Gappa, Gorgo. Again, if it's giant monsters, I love it. No matter how cheesy. Giant Behemoth. Then, of course, all the King Kong films. 1976 film. The Peter Jackson film. Kong Skull Island. Godzilla versus Kong. Actually, this is in the wrong place. It should be over here. Godzilla King of the Monsters. That all should be over here. Godzilla vs. Kong. The original King Kong, right, on Blu-ray, 1931. Son of Kong, Mighty Joe Young. So all my giant monster stuff. Let's go down. All right. So here we've got jam-packed in lots of like drama, action, adventure type of thing. So as you can see here, Demny, Ace in the Hole, lots of Billy Wilder stuff, some Fulci, Death Wish, Godfather on 4K. Since this is so jam-packed, I'm not going to go all through all this stuff, but Elephant Man, got lots of David Lynch. Okay, Blowout, Badlands. So lots of stuff here. So again, as I'm going to try and not to have everything collapse on me here. Humphrey Bogart, I got lots of Bogey films. Let's see, already everything's wanting to fall on me. Let's move down a little bit. Let's see, here we have Usual Suspects, Saucer, 2-Minute Warning, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, lots of Clint Eastwood, The Night Stalker, Night Strangler, lots more David Lynch, To Kill a Mockingbird. All right, so mostly drama and action adventure here. Lots of stuff. And then war films. Big fan of war films too. So we got Pacific, We Were Soldiers, Dream. Got the 4K, Apocalypse Now, which is great. Band of Brothers, Battle of Britain, Battle of the Bulge, Black Hawk Down, Guns of the Navarone, Bridge on the River Kwai, Bridge Too Far, Kane Mutiny, Casualty to War, Deer Hunter. Nice Criterion copy of The Great Escape, MASH, MacArthur, Saving Private Ryan, Platoon, Patton. So lots of cool war stuff there. I have other older stuff on DVD too that I've got somewhere else that I haven't upgraded. Then we come to, we got Hitchcock here. All right, so here we have old silent film from Hitch, The Lodger, The Man Who Knew Too Much. This is great, Peter Lorre. And then a bunch of Kino Lorber's here, Under Capricorn, Joseph Cotton, Paradigm Case, Gregory Peck, Charles Lawton, Dial In for Murder, Suspicion. Love Cary Grant and Alfred Hitchcock, always made a great pair together. Strangers on a Train, one of my favorites. Notorious, some days that is my favorite Hitchcock film. Notorious is absolutely amazing. Then you got here a little collection, which has Notorious, Rebecca, and Spellbound. Oh, I have Notorious twice. What's that all about? Well, the reason why I kept this, getting Rebecca and Spellbound, I don't have them on any other set, so that's the reason why I got this for those two, but I will not give up my Criterion collection of Notorious, so I got that twice. I Confess, that's a really good one. Montgomery Clift, Wrong Man, To Catch a Thief, more Cary Grant, and a luscious Grace Kelly. And then this great set. So this is the Masterpiece Collection. And this has all sorts of Hitchcock classics. So here's where I've got like Rope and Vertigo and Rear Window and, all those other Hitchcock classics. Psycho's on there. And, that's pretty much has everything else. So I have really all of the Hitchcock that you have to have in these various sets and some of these single sets. Right, I got some cool Sherlock Holmes. Actually, also this is not that recent, but from the 80s. I also have the Sherlock Holmes film collection from the 30s and the 40s. I've got some classic stuff up here. Dr. X, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. These are old. This is the classic Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Frederick March, Mystery of the Wax Museum, Mad Love. I've got loads of Vincent Price. So I have the 3 Vincent Price collection sets, 1, 2, and 3. And again, this is all the Roger Corman stuff, most of it anyway, or some of it. This is the Edgar Allan Poe stuff. Great Witchfinder General. Dr. Phibes. These are the Scream Factory sets. Here's collection number 2. The Raven, Comedy Terrors, Tomb of Ligeia, Return to Fly, Dr. Phibes Rise Again, Last Man on Earth. And then set number 3. Master of the World, Tower of London, Diary of a Madman, Cry of the Banshee, Evening of Edgar Allan Poe. And then some of the single sets. We got the Tingler, House of Wax, Original Fly, The Bat, some of this great stuff, Tales of Terror, Scream and Scream Again, great oblong box, House of Long Shadows, and then here, so now here, basically, I guess that's starting here, some Kino Lorber classics of old 30s and 40s gems. So, Cloud Rains, Premature Burial, Ray Milland, Edgar Allan Poe. And I got some old DVDs of Lugosi, cool Bela Lugosi documentary, 13 chair double feature, Archives collection, Mystery of the Mary Celeste, Phantom Creeps. This is a cool serial from the 1930s? Yeah. Cool stuff. I believe that is coming to Blu-ray. All right, as we move down, we're going to continue with Bela Lugosi. This is basically my Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff shelf. So you've got some really bad Ed Wood stuff, right? Bride of the Monster, Plan 9 from Outer Space. I mean, these movies are terrible, but they're loads of fun. You got some kind of not well-known Lugosi stuff like Scared to Death, Lugosi and George Zucco, Murder by Television. These are pretty bad transfers, really cheap DVDs, but I didn't own these, so I wanted to get them. Black Dragons, kind of like a type of mystery type of thing, not so much a horror. The Whispering Shadow, Lugosi's in this one as well, another 30s serial. Then you got all this other fun stuff. So you got the 8-Man, Doomed to Die with Karloff. You got White Zombie, my beloved White Zombie, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Mark of the Vampire, Return of the Vampire, Island of Lost Souls, nice Criterion Collection, The Human Monster, great underrated Lugosi film, Voodoo Man, Mysterious Mr. Wong, and The Living Ghost, The Death Kiss, The Corpse Vanishes, along with Bowery at Midnight, The Great Devil Bat, Chandu the Magician, The Invisible Ghost, The Black Sleep. Yeah, everybody's in this one. Basil Rathbone, Lon Chaney, John Carradine, Bella, Return of the 8-Man. And then we start on the Boris Karloff stuff. So we got The Terror, Crimson Cult, The Old Dark House, classic, The Great Body Snatcher, Frankenstein 1970, Isle of the Dead, Ghost Ship and Bedlam, Val Lewin Collection, this great film, Die Monster Die, Sorcerers, The Ape. Just got this. We got a collection that's got a whole bunch of films here. The Black Room, Man They Couldn't Hang, Before I Hang, Devil Commands, and a bunch of others. Got some DVD collections here, Karloff and Lugosi. Got Targets. I believe that's the last film he did. That's also coming to Blu-ray. Night of Terror. Oh, there's another Bella film. The great film that I wish would come on Blu-ray here in this country, The Ghoul. Classic Karloff film. The Man Who Changed His Mind, Corridors of Blood. That's a good one. Here's another one I wish would come to Blu-ray, The Haunted Strangler. That's a really good one. So, we move on from Lugosi and Karloff, and we're going to go to Giallo. All right. Giallo, of course, are basically what that means. These are Italian films, most of them anyway. And these, most of them were done in the 60s and 70s, some in the 80s. And they're basically crime, thriller, slash horror, slash slasher type films. So here we got a Lindsay and Baker collection. Lindsay was the director, Carol Baker, the actress. So here's a whole bunch of films that she did. The two of them worked on together. Orgasmo, So Sweet, So Perverse, A Quiet Place to Kill, and Knife of Ice. All really fun. I got these great Vinegar Syndrome Giallo collections of more obscure stuff. All right. As you can see, I got volume 1, 2, and 3. And then here you have all sorts of other Giallo films from the decades. And again, these are some of the lesser known ones, right? Obviously, guys like Bava and Argento and Fulci are the ones, the more notable guys. But here you have, Sergio Martino, some great films from him. I really like some of these a lot. I mean, these are just classic stuff. The Case of the Scorpion's Tail. A lot of them have, lovely ladies in them. Lots of blood and masked killers with black gloves. Death Walks at Midnight. I mean, this is great stuff. All the Colors of the Dark. This is terrific. What else here? So many good ones here. Seven Bloodstained Orchids. This is another really good one. Spasmo, Stage Fright. Really like these films a lot. So that's the Giallo shelf. Okay, the last two. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody. So here we go. Probably my favorite films of all time are the Universal horror films. So here we have, and I bought this great set here a number of years ago, the first time on Blu-ray that all these films came in one set. So basically you have every Dracula related film from Universal, every Frankenstein film, all on Blu-ray. So here you have all of them. Okay, same thing with the Wolfman. Same thing with Phantom of the Opera, right? So you got all the films that have the Wolfman, all remastered in gorgeous Blu-ray. So I had to have those. But then, of course, they came out with some of them on 4K. So now these are the 4 films: Dracula, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, and the Wolfman. So, of course, I had to get that. And they look great on 4K. And then, of course, they came out with the next version, which is this one right here. This has The Mummy, Bride of Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. So, yes, of course, I have these now on Blu-ray and 4K. In addition, how about some of the lesser-known films, right? Here we got The Black Cat, The Raven, The Invisible Ray, Black Friday, right? I have all these Universal horror sets now. I've got, all this cool stuff that maybe is not quite as celebrated as Frankenstein or Dracula, the Wolfman, or the Mummy, or the Creature from the Black Lagoon, right? So I got these now. So I love these sets. Really cool stuff. Again, some of the lesser known Universal horror films. Why would you not go back on the shelf? Come on. Here we go. Then we got some cool stuff from the British horror, right? Blood on Satan's Claw. So here we're moving into Hammer and Amicus and Tygon and all these British film studios who were producing real cool horror in the 60s and 70s. So here you got this Barbara Steele up there. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Charles Lawton, Island of Terror, Tower of Evil. So you got a lot of these Amicus anthology films. Lots of cool stuff here. Some Fu Manchu films. And got some stuff there at the end that has not come out on Blu-ray yet. All right, William Castle, Psychopath. And then down below, probably pretty close to tying with me for my favorite films of all time and studios are the Hammer films. So I love Hammer films. And as you can see here, I have, if it's come out on Blu-ray, I own it. You know, they made a shit ton of films, but I got them all in here. You can see over here some films that still have not come out on Blu-ray. I still have the DVDs. But yeah, I got like some nice sets that have like a whole bunch of things on there. Horror classics. Here's another one. 8-film collection. Curse of the Werewolf, Brides of Dracula, all sorts of great stuff. And Hound of the Baskervilles. 1 million years BC, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, lost continent, Dr. Jekyll's sister Hyde. And then you got some of these like 2-on-1 sets, which are really cool. Abominable Snowman, Devil Rides Out, Plague of the Zombies, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, Mummy's Shroud, all the Frankenstein films from Hammer. Right, all the vampire and Dracula films, Satanic Rites, Dracula AD, Scars of Dracula, Twins of Evil, Lust for a Vampire, Countess Dracula, Vampire Lovers, Vampire Circus. You got Hands of the Ripper, Demons of the Mind, Rasputin, the Mad Monk, The Damned, the Quatermass films. I mean, all sorts of great stuff. The Vengeance of She, Straight On Till Morning. And then, of course, some of these more like kind of like thrillers. You know, Cash on Demand, The Full Treatment, The Snorkel, Terror of the Tongue. So kind of these like thriller adventure type films from Hammer. Stranglers of Bombay, Night Creatures. So yeah, I've got tons of Hammer stuff. And like I said, I'm still waiting for a few more to come out. But yeah, so there you have it. That is this rather imposing wall of classic horror, silent horror, Italian horror, some action, adventure, and drama classics, Hitchcock, Lugosi, Karloff, Giallo, Universal, Amicus, Hammer, and all that kind of stuff. So hope you enjoyed this little excursion into my films. We'll get back to the music in a week or so, and I'm going to be exploring some of my jazz stuff. So I got a whole bunch of boxes of jazz CDs, so we'll be jazz infusion. So we'll be doing that next. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. So for Tala, I am Pete. Look at that. She's late afternoon snoozing over here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you real soon here on the channel, right? Take care. Bye-bye.